Welcome to our video series on using articles for online marketing. This video is an introduction to how this can benefit your business. Using articles can be a very effective way to market online. In this sort of coaching video, we're going to start with the very basic kind of article marketing and then get progressively more advanced. But first of all, let me talk you through some demonstrations, some examples. And okay, I've opened up some Google searches here that I've done, and here the search term is using Forex to build wealth, and the top result is ezinearticles.com, which is an article publishing site. So if we go to this page, here's the article. This one, in this example, is written by Chris Murphy. The word count is 486 words. And here's the article. And as you can see, there are ads alongside. The author of the article doesn't get money for these ads, of course. The site doing the publishing gets the money from these ads. Of course, when writing articles, you would need to decide what usage rights you will allow people. So, let's say I was looking for that subject matter, so I did a search. It was quite a specific search. It wasn't a broad search at all. But I came to this site and I read the article, and when I got to the end, if I liked the content, then I could just click through to the author's site for more details. So then effectively, for free, the author of the article would have gotten a visitor. And interestingly, on this site at ezinearticles.com, let's find the details. And there we go. This article has been viewed 57 times. So it's not doing badly. And again, as I mentioned, it's effectively free views and free visitors to your site. Of course, some things to take into consideration are you going to write the article yourself, and how long does it take you? If it takes you, let's say, 4 hours to write the article, and you're getting 60 or 100 visitors from it, perhaps it's not the best use of your time. But if you write more quickly than that, maybe it is a good use of your time. Or if you can distribute it further, then writing it yourself might be a very good use of your time. Or you can hire writers, but I'll go into more detail on that later. Really, this is just a quick introduction to the subject. So you see, when you write articles, you can give people permission to republish them, and then that's where the traffic comes from. Here, this is just one site, ezinearticles.com, and people may come to this article via the search engine, as I did, or they may come straight to eZine Articles for interesting articles. But I would say that's a minority of visitors. I believe the majority of visitors who read this article will come to it through the search engines. So effectively, you're getting people who are interested in the subject matter enough to search for it with Google or Yahoo or Microsoft Search. So they search for the term, they like the title of your article, and you can see that the title of your article appears here. So you're going to want to make it something that interests people and makes them likely to want to click through. So when they like the title of the article, they click through. When they like the content, and this may be essentially the first time they've ever come across you, so you definitely want good content, because if it's not good content, they aren't going to read the article and they aren't going to click through, so you want to impress them. But let's say they do like the content. And they click through and they become a visitor of yours, and then you can potentially turn them into a customer, and that one-time customer can potentially become a long-term customer. And all that starts with them entering a search term into Google, and then you have them. You have them as a visitor and as a potential customer by getting in front of that search. And obviously, one way of doing that is writing articles and giving sites the right to publish those articles. Of course, this naturally leads to the concept that the more articles you write, the more visitors you are going to get. Okay, a couple of further examples. The impact on the subprime rate. That may be a pretty obscure key phrase that not many people will search for, but this is about the subprime fallout, so it's timely as I'm recording this, though by the time you watch this, the news may have changed considerably. But anyway, as I record this, the markets are still suffering from all the subprime mortgage-related effects. So let's see where the article comes up. And there it is. And okay, you'd say it's officially the second result. This is the first search result, and this is the second one. But there's actually a second sub-result. Google has added a second sub-result here, so perhaps you could say it's the third result. And Google has added this, scholarly articles for the impact of the subprime rate. So you could say we're really the fourth result down, but still not bad at all to be on the front page with this article. So click through. Article word count is 468 words, and let's scroll down to the end. And it goes to that site. And if we scroll all the way down, okay, the article has been viewed 21 times, so it's a less successful article. Then our last example, best Forex trade techniques. That's a more generic search than the previous examples, and because it's more generic, you get some other sites at the top. And as you can see, Forex is a very popular subject. That's foreign exchange trading, a very popular subject. A lot of companies advertise on this term for foreign exchange trading services and coaching courses. Anyway, if we scroll down in the third result, and ignoring these paid advertising results, the third result is an article, Forex Trading, Finding the Best Techniques of the Trade. And if we go down a little further, there's the article again, Forex Trading, Finding the Best Techniques of the Trade. And this time at ezinesarticles.com rather than at articlesbase.com. So this author has allowed publishers to publish this article pretty much as they want. Okay, let's click through to Articles Base in this example. And okay, Articles Base, and there's the article title again. 12 views, not a huge amount, but again, over many article sites and many articles, it does add up. Actually, as we get further into these videos, I'll talk about more advanced ways of publishing articles. But for now, here's the article. You could say that the most basic way of publishing articles is writing an article, giving people permission to republish it, and then getting it listed on all those article republishing sites such as Articles Base, like eZine Articles, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of others. And actually, you're going to find that when you publish articles this way, the majority of your traffic will come from a very small number of article publishing sites. Often, you'll find that eZine Articles will be the top referrer of visitors. And when I say referrer, I mean the site that refers the most visitors to you. So you may find eZine Articles, and perhaps Articles Base, will be where you get your most traffic, and you may get occasional visitors from the lesser article publishing sites. But really, eZine Articles, and maybe a couple of others, are really the lead article publishing sites. Really, these sites like eZine Articles just take hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands of articles and just publish them. Obviously, the benefit to them is that they get a lot of traffic because they get all this content for free and then get a lot of traffic from the search engines. So they can make a lot of money with AdSense whenever a reader clicks on an AdSense ad and other advertising options. Also, they can have premium publishing options that authors pay for. So this really is one of the leading article publishing sites, and it gets a huge amount of traffic. So they make money in advertising, and with special paid publishing options. They probably have many other opportunities to profit as well, by building up an email list and so on. Building up an email list and advertising to those members, as you know, the standard ways that you can monetize a content site. And this is a content site. That really just contains a lot of content. It's a big site that a lot of people come and read. Effectively, it's not selling anything. So, that's an introduction to article marketing, how it can benefit your business, and how the most basic way of getting started with it by writing articles or getting other people to write articles for you and getting them published on the article publishing sites so that people find your articles via the search engines and click through to your site.